Welcome everyone to our third webinar in the Dashboard 9.0 product launch series. Today we're going to be taking a look at what Dashboard can do for your business. My name is Amanda Holstrom and I'm Dashboard's product manager. Today I'm joined by Alex DeGay, our global channel program manager, Bill Renopoulos, our business development manager for our OEM and partnerships, and Jim Doyle, who's mission commander for our creative services group, Rocket Surgery. Also with us are two of our technical team. James Peltzer leads the Dashboard development team, and Matt Marion works with Jim building custom panels for companies all over the world. Jim will speak first about the custom panel work that Rocket Surgery has been doing with Dashboard. And I want everyone out there to keep your eyes and ears open for the business problems that you're seeing every day and the way that these custom panels solve them through limiting their visible controls on the interface. So over to Jim.
Let me unmute myself. All right, thanks Amanda, I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in to hear us talk a bit about Dashboard. I like the segue into problem solving. To date, we haven't really found too many instances where we can't solve a problem with Dashboard in our particular ecosystem. As Amanda said, I am the Director of Creative Services or Mission Commander for Rocket Surgery, which is the creative services arm of Ross Video. We've been with Ross Video now for 5 years. We are one of the many acquisitions that's happened over the last 30 years. And we've had quite a bit of success, particularly with our most recently launched Dashboard creative services business. Next slide, please. So just to give you an overview of Rocket Surgery, our mission is for Expression, Voyager, and Dashboard customers in broadcast and venue production. We offer unmatched design and data integration expertise because we have exclusive insight and input into Ross's advanced system. What that really indicates is our competitive advantage is the fact that we are Ross. And that if we are doing creating a project for a particular customer, that we can integrate functionality into it that nobody else really can, only because we have a direct line to development for Dashboard, Expression, Voyager platforms. We're able to do things that really nobody else can do for that very reason. Next slide, please. So to give you continue the overview. Rocket Surgery has grown into 5 distinct service categories, one of them being graphic design. Next being graphic integration, where Dashboard is really a key component. Virtual set and augmented reality. And then we also have RSVP, Rocket Surgery Virtual Productions, that has just completed its 5th season of Sunday Night Football. We handle all the virtual reality for Sunday Night Football. And Dashboard is the key component that makes all that work together. Next slide, please. All right, so finally, our newest business unit, if you will, is called Triggering and Control, and it really is a Dashboard creative services. So we can integrate and create a custom triggering and control interface that meets your particular workflow needs and specifications. We also offer long and short-term support for your custom control, and we do that to ensure that your solution is always ready to meet changes in your environment. So as you acquire new equipment, as you change your workflow or find needs to change your workflow, we're able to offer that kind of support. We also have a proven track record with advanced third-party device protocol integration. So if you have some other type of device that you would like to trigger or control from Dashboard or another control interface, if you can provide us with a protocol, we can build that into a custom control solution for you. And then finally, we offer the best in-class service and delivery with trigger control, data management, and graphics integration and workflow for all the reasons that I mentioned before. Next slide, please. So I want to give you some examples of some dashboards that we've created. These are just screenshots of Dashboard, and I'll try to explain some of their functionality as best I can. About 50% of our business is in sports, and so I want to touch on that first and foremost. The panel that you're seeing right now is quite a simple one. It's a football control panel. It really is a score bug control. Pretty basic in that capacity, but if you have a need to control, let's say for instance, expression in a score bug type environment, we have this panel and a variety of others that can control just about every sport on the planet. Next slide, please. To that end, here is a similar panel for soccer control. It again controls a score bug for soccer, also controls a game clock, penalties, but it also allows additional features to manage display data from a game set of spreadsheets. So individual player stats and so forth can be referenced here. Next slide, please. Here's a fun one that we created. It's actually a manual basketball shot chart. So using Dashboard, we're able to control the output of expression to show different shots on goal in a basketball environment. We've actually taken this very basic panel and expanded its functionality for several of our NBA in-stadium venue applications. We've taken this panel and taken this kind of output and put it into 3D environments and done some very dynamic things with this kind of control. That adds additional functionality and really excitement to the experience for folks in stadium. Next slide, please. And again, here's a baseball control panel. This particular panel is designed to show how we manage and can display headshots, as well as things like sponsor information for revenue that's directly tied to an in-venue or an in-stadium application. And then of course, a game in progress, or what we call GIP, is also set up and triggered within this environment and displayed on expression on some of the biggest displays, in fact, the biggest displays in the world. Next slide, please. And then finally, hockey control. So as you can see, we kind of hit on all of these different sports. We've done this for a variety of different things. And if there is a particular sports application or even a sport we may not know very well, we'll figure it out and can create a panel for that. I've had to learn the rules of cricket. Never thought I'd have to, but I know the game now. Next slide, please. This one's kind of interesting, and I wanted to include it because this is an example of where we control a lighting configuration using a Novastar M3 lighting controller. So we were provided with the protocol for that. We're able to integrate it into a panel that controls the lighting and ribbon application within actually in this instance, it is a cricket venue. So I just really wanted to make sure that I showed you a good example of third-party protocol control. Next slide, please. And then finally, NBC Sports Sunday Night Football. As I mentioned before, we just completed our 5th season of virtual reality for Sunday Night Football, and creating a custom dashboard interface has allowed us to probably do that more successfully than anybody else in this particular business segment. The dashboard that you're seeing here is just a snippet of several dashboards that we use to control virtual reality on the field. Using this particular controller, we can locate and place a virtual component anywhere on the field within a moment's notice. So this allows us, using dashboard in this capacity, allows us to get custom content on the field to play ready for air within 5 to 7 seconds. And we couldn't do it without a dashboard front end. Next slide, please. Next, I wanted to hit a little bit on news and elections. We do occasionally create control systems and triggering system for news and election applications. Next slide, please. So what you're looking at here is a little panel I created a couple of years ago for breaking news. This particular panel allows the control of an expression graphics system to display all the components needed to put a breaking news segment on the air, including inserting dynamic content into it. So if there is a need to go to air very quickly in a breaking news environment, this would enable any news operation to do that immediately outside of MOS if required. Next slide, please. This is a simple news crawl control panel that I created for actually ABC7 in New York. This particular panel allows for the control of, I want to say, 4 or 5 different crawls, everything from breaking news to breaking weather, program notes. This particular customer was interested in being able to pull information right off of their website as it appeared. So in this particular instance, I actually put a browser inside of the panel that enables the operator to literally go to the website, copy and paste content from their website into the crawl environment and take it to air immediately. Next slide, please. Getting into elections, this is an area where we've grown a high degree of capability. This little panel that you're looking at here is very simple. All it does is really just recall and trigger different components from an election package. So within that, you can run everything from an open to a stinger to all of your full screen and lower third results from this one panel. Next slide, please. This one is a panel that was created by Matt. Actually created almost overnight on an airplane on a flight back from Australia. Really fun project. So he was able to create what basically is a national election monitoring system that includes every House and Senate race within the 50 states. This is specific to a U.S. election, of course, as well as balance of power. This panel is designed primarily to allow for a producer to monitor election and changes in the election environment, helping them to decide what they want to take to air and when. So it's quite a sophisticated piece of architecture. It also has a secondary function in that it does allow for a mock it allows for the generation of a mock election, so that for those of you that may work with AP, you don't necessarily have to wait until a feed is available. We can generate a mock feed so that you can do a rehearsal pretty much at will. Next slide, please. And this is a similar panel for local election monitoring. So you can monitor the results of a local election. It's user definable, so it can be everything from, frankly, from the President of the United States down to the dog catcher in your particular region. All right. And then I finally wanted to hit upon some of our corporate control environments that we've created. Next slide, please. So what you're seeing here is a panel that was created for an international tech giant. This panel monitors error reporting for video streaming to locations around the globe. It monitors and allows configuration of video encoders and sound processors in event spaces. And the event spaces are used for internal events by this particular customer. And they are broadcast to anyone who can't actually be there. They use the encoders and sound processors to encode the stream and get it out to YouTube. So essentially what this does is this panel allows for the user to monitor if the streams are getting to their endpoints successfully. Next slide, please. And this is another panel for another similar tech giant. This is what we call a REMI style panel, which gives the operator multi-viewer functionality from Graphite specifically. Graphite, for those of you that don't know, is a combination of expression, audio control, multi-viewer control, and Carbonite. So this particular panel allows for a multi-viewer function. It allows folks to set camera position using a Thrustmaster protocol, again, third-party control. Choose a particular lighting preset and setup. It can control preset audio and a host of other functions needed to run a live corporate studio production with a single operator. What's interesting about this panel is that it enabled this particular customer to operate a small control room environment, taking them from 4 people down to a single operator. So using dashboard in this particular configuration can really bring a lot of efficiency to a production operation. Next slide.
Thanks so much, Jim. Yeah, that was great. That was great. I really think that illustrates the breadth of applications that Dashboard has. So now we're going to change gears, and I'm going to introduce 2 ROS products that are built on Dashboard. While these products are available for our partners to sell and implement, I'm going to go through this as I go through this. I'd also like you to kind of take the lens that you could use Dashboard as a platform to offer your own products and to kind of use our product delivery model to deliver those products that kind of increase the value of the services that you're providing to your customers. So the first product that we'll look at today is Lightning. And what is the problem that Lightning solves? It's a hardware software combination solution tailored for any organization who wants to broadcast formal events like meetings with minimally trained staff. So once Lightning is commissioned, it provides a single simple control interface that's quick for anyone to learn. And Ross has been successful selling Lightning to legislative assemblies, and this is where people like city clerks are running the broadcast, and also houses of worship where volunteers are running the broadcast. It also has application in education and corporate verticals. And we chose to package the software with the hardware to make the solution more approachable for customers who aren't as familiar with typical broadcast technologies. You can find more about these packages and about Lightning in general on our website. The next product we'll look at is PowerPlay, which is another dashboard product that was announced in NAB 2019. And it's found its niche for where a large facility like a stadium needs to trigger events to devices and screens, but they don't want to pay an operator to be present. So for example, when St. Patrick's Day rolls around, or when a popular player's birthday comes, a stadium may want to change their signage without anyone present in the facility. They also, these large facilities also use it to schedule advertising on some of those screens. So what PowerPlay does is it allows you to build a schedule of events for all the devices that Dashboard can talk to and trigger them once or even periodically throughout the day. And it's getting some attention right now simply because of the number of facilities that are sitting empty. With the addition of PowerPlay to the existing technology installation, these facilities can remotely schedule content that allows the facility to continue to serve kind of as that rallying point for the community spirit rather than sitting a bit more quiet. So that kind of summarizes the products and services that Ross offers on Dashboard. All right, so with that, thank you all for attending our webinar. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Amanda.
Thanks.
Bye.